Hi, Jule.
Good morning, and it's good afternoon or good evening to you, dear Siley. Hi.
Hi. It's almost my night time. Yes, it's good evening. And welcome to Truth for the Sake of Truth. So happy
Ah,
to see this beautiful sunshine on your
and
face.
it is beautiful. We had a little snow, we had beautiful sunshine now, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Wow, just like you.
Mhm.
All right. So today I wanted to talk to you about something I have experienced, and all of us, I think, experience a lot, which is this need to have social connections or friends. And when we don't have that, the feelings of loneliness. And I want to understand, why do we feel lonely at all?
You feel lonely only because there's separation. You're trying to fill a void.
Huh.
When you
Interesting.
align with truth, you no longer have to fill avoid. You no longer have illusions. Doesn't mean people don't come into your life, because what I see now is that the grander and grander that I rise to limitlessness, the people correspond.
Hmm.
Because think about it for a second. When we're coming from a place of truth for the sake of truth,
Yeah.
all things manifest. You're no longer separate. You don't need support.
So are you saying the friends or the connections that we create is because we need support?
We need support. We also need role players to help us to identify. Do we need them? No. But do we usually access it? Yes. Because that's what we've learned to do. So we
Hmm.
gain insight into our own breaks that are caused by our mind, by the people in our world. Okay?
Hmm.
So if the people come in, they share with you that part of who you are. Because remember, I'm alone. There really is no other in truth. Because the only thing that will align with you is your consciousness.
Hmm. So the people that we attract in our life are basically the projection of our consciousness and what we need as per the consciousness, which includes our breaks. So those
Exactly.
people get attracted, and that's what it's like, a role player we have.
Exactly. So if we need role players to help us to identify something that we're dealing with, such as maybe fear or sexual energies or discordant
Right.
energies that are in us, the people will be present in order to help us to identify it. When you're coming from the higher level of consciousness, that isn't necessary. You start to realize that everything before was an illusion, and it was
Hmm.
flimsy at best.
It
Because
is.
look at the grandness of what occurs when you open up to all. The most
Yeah.
beautiful expression of limitlessness, boundlessness. It's a pure consciousness where everything just flows to you, in you, through you, beyond you.
Yeah, I see your life and it's so beautiful. It has this flow that people come and go, and things are just manifesting. However, I also get this side thought, which is, I know it's the break and it's the fear, and I feel like, don't you feel lonely because you live just by yourself without any family around you? So there ever any loneliness?
Not one iota. When I first began, I really wasn't truly in touch with what it was that I needed to go through. I felt very lonely. But the
Hmm.
loneliness was because I was victimized by my aloneness, until I realized that that was a break. When you're
Hmm.
totally, when you've repaired that break, okay, and you have transformed pure love, that pure love is all that you need, because every single energy that is essential in truth will be present. I mean, what's happening here is the most phenomenal I have ever. I mean, I've been here, what, for 3 months now? And the
Yeah.
people that I'm gaining insight of, people come and visit me and just say hi and give me a hug and say, thank you, my goodness, I'm so glad that you're here. And that's really what this is all about. So I don't need to have a person to play a role for me because it's just not essential anymore. It's just all coming from one, no
Yeah.
separateness.
Just realizing that every single relationship, whether it's friends or whether it's your partner or family, they're all based on our needs. So, can there be relationship based on pure love?
Pure, yes. The relationship with self creates the relationship. So when you get to a place of pure self, the relationship will totally align. If it's off, even an iota, you'll
Hmm.
be aware of it because a role will
Yeah.
play. You'll feel emotional upset. You'll feel
Hmm.
a sense of dread or a sense of missing or longing. And see,
Hmm.
that's the part of us that has become the victim
Yeah.
of self. Because I've often said this, the only person that you're really a victim of is who?
The self. Here. We are victim of this person that we think we are.
Exactly
Think.
right. Yeah, it's
A
exactly
while
right.
ago, you said something that was very, very critical. You said that we, this aloneness, we are terming it as a problem. Like we are becoming victimized of the concept of living alone or being alone. But there's nothing wrong about it or bad about it that we have created this victim consciousness about being alone.
Well, if you're feeling affected by it, then it just means that there's a break. When you
Yeah,
totally align with your truth, there is no break. And everything just flows to you, through you, beyond you. Yeah.
yeah,
So you're right. I mean, when you're in it and you're feeling affected, that's beautiful. Because what are you doing? You're creating what you need so that you can identify it and transform that energy. That's really what it's all
yeah.
about, anyway.
Yeah, so basically, any need that you have, basically, it's coming from the fact that you're victimizing yourself about that state and terming it as something missing or something bad, or and realizing that this is what you're doing itself kind of opens up that area where you know that, oh, actually, you are free. There is, you're projecting this need unnecessarily.
Exactly right. Yeah, because consciousness creates everything. So just take a look around and see who it is that you're creating in your life and is it affecting you? And if it is, that's when you sit down and you say, wait a minute, there's something going on here because there's a break, there's a separation. When you come from the pure self, there is no separation. You just realize it all flows.
Right. And the whatever connections we need to have, they will come
And you
at
know
the
what?
end.
When you're at, you don't even have a need. It just flows.
Yeah, we shouldn't call
It's
it need.
almost
It's
like you're
just a flow.
beyond the experience stage. It's like doesn't exist anymore. Everything just flows into you, through you, as you, and then of course beyond you.
Yeah.
Because look at what we share. We share pure love.
Yeah. And there is no role playing at all. You're not affected by each other at all. Like how we are there. I'm never ever
Right.
affect, you're never playing a role for me.
No,
So
and we'll see. And those flimsy illusions that were stemming from the ego, they're not even a distant memory anymore.
hmm. Oh my God, the Jewel, the entire world is in the role playing. And
Oh,
they're obsessed about playing these roles, gaining
huh.
more connections and relations and
See, and you know what? You're right, Siley, because when you listen to the news or you listen to people that are interacting, and what's happening is they really spend more time how to lessen the effects of being a victim. instead
Yeah.
of overcoming the need to be the victim.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
when you think about it, as soon as we're the victim, we want to manipulate the externals because we don't want to be victims anymore because it hurts.
Yeah.
But you know, people haven't really gotten in touch with how to do that. Well, I spend my life with this, and it's the most amazing thing because as soon as you flow to pure love, that's the power you emit. And I dedicate myself to the power of love and sharing it.
Yeah. You're the example showing us the way. However, I think most individuals get stuck in the that deep need. No, no, I have to have a partner, or I have to have friends in my life, and they we have decorated these things to a very high level, saying that these are the best things about life. But we are forgetting that this is happening because of our need,
Exactly
and
right.
there is a way of living even beyond that,
Oh my
which
gosh,
is
yes.
free of, yeah,
And that's what we forget, that we've got the incredible power of love to take us to limitlessness and boundlessness. But we have to do our work. And that's
yeah,
about stripping away those attachments, that bondage.
yeah, and repairing the break as we talked about earlier. So look at it where that need is coming from and see that it's an illusion you're creating. The
Right.
void that we keep on projecting actually doesn't exist. And
And it's illusion, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Total illusion. And why is it an illusion? Because if I say it's an illusion to a person that's face to face with discord with individuals, they say, oh no, that's really happening. I'm not saying that illusion doesn't make it so. What I say is an illusion will shift as consciousness shifts, right?
right, yeah. And yeah, I think living alone just by yourself is one of the most powerful ways to face all those breaks and see literally that actually all of these are illusions. I think you've gone through that period yourself where you
Yeah,
had to face.
I had my degree of role playing, but
Mm,
then it became time for me to overcome it. Can we do it with other people? Yes, we can.
we
I
can.
just needed the experience of solo so that I could really get in touch. I mean, there were times, and I think I've told you that the only person I saw was my mom. And she was
Mm.
only worried. She's wondering, what the heck are you doing, daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what happens. Everybody, whenever we try to be by ourselves, the world around us will tell us, "Oh no, you're not supposed to be by yourself. You're supposed to be with
Yeah.
other people."
Learned
And we start thinking,
behavior. And it's learned behavior.
yeah,
Do I think also that you can align with other people that are in your level of consciousness? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's no limitations. We're
yeah.
limitless and boundless. So it's
What
all,
I'm what I'm realizing is I'm creating all that I need, including the people who are like connected to me in love, as well as the roles that I still need playing because there's a remnant of that energy. And I just need to identify those different things that are happening.
yeah. Because
Work on.
you really do see yourself through everything. Because think about it. There is nothing other than what you're creating out of your consciousness. Everything in your presence is your
Yeah.
consciousness. Everything.
Wow. This was,
Because
I
there's
think,
no separation, right?
yeah, no separation. And you know what? This no separation that you keep talking about, like I feel the most connected with my husband and my son, and then I feel that complete one. And if at all there is ever any slightest conflict between us, I immediately feel the separation. Like,
Wow.
oh,
You know what?
there is,
That's the beauty of it because whatever's happening at that moment, it's helping you to identify it so you could transform that energy. That's really how we rise to the next levels of consciousness by just doing what you're doing.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
and every
wonderful.
time you
Because
feel separation, like, oh, there is a big gap between the, so before that is just one. I don't even feel that they're separate from me. They're part of me. And then something happens which affects
wow,
me. Then I realize that, oh, there is a little bit of gap here. This
wow.
distance, even physical
Yep.
distance gets created from the person. So
Then what do
that's
you
our
do?
clue.
And then what do you do?
Then I have to sit with myself and see what am I creating here? What
Okay.
has happened? What am I thinking? And it's mostly to do with my break, obviously. It's if I'm affected, it is my thoughts where I'm projecting that something is wrong with me or something is missing in me, and then I have
Okay.
to see that
Yeah.
it's the illusion.
And that's the typical, because we've become victims of ourselves, never thinking we're good enough. And until we realize the truth of all that we are, we're never good enough
Yeah.
because we never feel it. That's the illusion that we
So
create.
our illusions become truth for ourselves because of our projections.
Well, you know what? We when we repair the breaks, we overcome the illusions, because as soon as we shift consciousness, we create other situations. But you get to a point, Siley, and I think that you're already seeing this, that we go beyond the need for experiences. Experiences that you had a month ago are very different today, aren't they?
Yeah, very less, and the intensity has reduced a lot.
Right,
So previously, if it was this much drama, now it's just this much.
right. And
So,
that's what
and
happens.
sometimes before the whole experience gets created itself, I know, oh, I'm thinking this, and then there itself, I have to see through that thought and emotion before
That's
it gets.
yeah, that's part of the process of awakening. Can't say that it's a process because the truth is already in us.
Mm.
Okay. However, we've become very quick to call it a journey. Well,
Mm.
if you want to say that repairing the brakes is a journey, fine. The thing is, what we have to remember is truth is already in us. We don't have to look for it. We don't have to travel for it. That was something I did not know. I thought I had to travel far and wide, but it came to me that a lot of my fears were uncovered by my travels. You know, the
Yeah,
stripping
if we
away.
think we need to travel, maybe there is a need in us, which we need to
Exactly.
experience that. Yeah,
And the needs are all of our experiences.
yeah.
You're right.
And we have to walk through them. I still have to do one session with you about how to walk through the experience
Yeah,
consciously.
we'll do, maybe what we'll do is a couple examples.
Mm, that would be good.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could do one on a physical, because I have a couple of my own experiences that I've had to walk through, and
yeah.
it was pretty significant. So, and we'll, yeah, whatever happens, it's going to be beautiful, because it always is. Even when
Perfection.
we feel like we're being cut in the gut,
Yeah,
the illusion,
everything.
just the illusion.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Jewel. This was wonderful. And it was right, just like all of our sessions, this was right. The subject was flowing into my awareness, happening something in my world. And I got to talk with you. So, so
I love,
amazing. Thank you.
I
I
love
love it.
you.
Talk
I
later
love
again. Bye.
you. Bye,
Love.
sweetheart.